Good morning. Welcome back to CityLine. With me, I have the originator of the Pretty Gritty Tour. I hope they have t-shirts because I really want one of those. Please join me in welcoming Christopher, your parents called you, but Chris Staudinger, you are the owner of Pretty Gritty Tours. Welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh. I mean, when I got the script and I was looking, I was like, Pretty Gritty Tours. This is such a fabulous name.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm fond of it, yeah.
Well, you should be fond of it because it kind of encapsulates all of us here in Tacoma. So we were talking before the live shot and I said, what did you do before this? And so I really want to know, how did you get your start in tourism?
Oh, I mean, I'll give you the shortest answer possible, but both my wife and I graduated from Pacific Lutheran.
Yes, Lutz.
Yeah, and immediately after graduating, we decided we wanted to sort of travel, but also make money. So we ended up teaching in South Korea. And when we went, there was no information online about the town that we were going to. So we really were, at the time, just trying to fill a Google page with information. So we did a lot of video, we did a lot of blogging, and that sort of catapulted our career as travel bloggers. And then from there, we've worked the last 10 years working with different tourism boards until we eventually like, you know, we love Tacoma.
Yes.
We know how to promote a tourism
Yes.
industry. Why don't we work on the other side of this for a while?
Wow, I love this. So have you always been based in Tacoma?
No, I'm from Eastern Washington
Where?
originally. The Spokane, Tri-Cities,
Nice, okay.
Leavenworth Triangle. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So gosh, are we going to see like a Spokane tour hop up?
I mean, we just had our second child recently.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So my wife has put a moratorium on me starting any new franchises for a while. Just for a while.
Just for a while.
But maybe give it a couple years and we'll see the Spokane franchise sort of pop up.
I mean, Spokane has some really fabulous little secret places that, I mean, plus that just the whole waterfront is quite lovely.
I think we could do a lot in Eastern
I think
Washington,
you could too.
So, yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind Pretty Gritty Tours?
In just creating it or the name specifically?
Both.
Well, the name, I think, is the easiest one. Tacoma, as you know, has sort of a reputation as Grit City, and I never wanted to gloss over that. I wanted to own it because it is a port town, and I think that's one of the things we should be proudest about. But it's also gorgeous and has a lot of refinement to it. So that merging of the pretty and the gritty were the heart of what we were looking to do with this.
Perfect alchemy.
Yeah.
Pretty
Thank you.
and gritty. There it was.
And as far as the tours itself, there was sort of a vacuum. There wasn't really a big tour providing industry in Tacoma, so we wanted to sort of fill that need.
Yeah, and you do well. I can tell by the pictures. Nobody has any fun on your tours.
Not
There's
one
no
ounce.
laughing. There's no conversation. It's just one of those Smithsonian. We're walking, we're looking. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful shot this is. So, are there parts of the city that you think locals and visitors are, number one, alike overlooking, and then number two, perhaps don't know about?
Yes, is the short answer to that.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've been doing some more historical tours lately, just to encourage people to get to know their neighborhoods and to look at the neighborhoods that they're not from.
Right.
So our East Tacoma McKinley District tour has been very popular, and that is an area that's constantly been overlooked. Hilltop is a tour we have coming up Saturday, June 9th, 3 p.m., People's Park. And these neighborhoods that have sort of carried a reputation from the 70s or the 80s, but have turned into something really fascinating to visit. And we're trying to remind people of the history that was there before, but also what they can do now.
Absolutely, because if you forget history, then you are doomed to repeat it.
Absolutely.
And that means renovations go in there too about what we need to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. So we've got some pictures that we're going to look at of some of the tours that you offer, and I want you to tell us what we're looking at. So we have a downtown picture. I think they're going to roll it. Here it is. What are we looking at?
So this was actually one of our college tours. A lot of incoming first-year students, actually for PLU, came out and were just trying to get to know the city that they are moving to. We also, I believe this is our 6th Ave tour. People just trying to get to know a little more intimate knowledge about 6th Avenue. And so, like I said, we go through these different districts and we highlight the historical information about them, as well as sort of hidden trivia, but also encourage people to sample the businesses that are there. One of the most popular stops on our college tour here was actually Hello Cupcake, which
Rightly
self-explanatory,
so,
right?
yes.
But also, a lot of the students had never tried a boba tea before, so that was an exciting foray.
And now this looks like it might be a brewery tour, am I right?
This is our crown jewel, our Booze and Booze brewery and ghost tour.
Oh, I love that.
It is the haunted history of Tacoma
There you
and
go.
the forthcoming brew history of Tacoma as it is right now.
Where is that, Chris?
So this is on 26th in the Proctor District, right in front of the statue of Alan C. Mason.
Yes.
And that star of Tacoma is actually our logo. We are so in love with it.
Learn something new every day. Okay, ooh, and this must be some spooky basement.
This is actually the former graffiti garages.
Oh, my daughter had her senior pictures taken there.
Beautiful spot, right?
Okay, yes. Okay, and then where is this?
This is the Theater District downtown.
A nighttime tour.
Our ghost tour is exclusively at night.
Yeah,
We
okay.
refuse to have a daytime ghost tour.
Well, it would be kind of hard to see, wouldn't it?
It would.
It would be, absolutely. And I love that you're everywhere in this. Chris, what's the average size of tours?
So we have a very strict policy to keep the majority of our tours no larger than 12 people. We like to have that sort of bespoke, intimate
Yes.
experience. I don't want you to ever feel hurted. For some of our free historical tours, or for some of our larger sort of booze and booze tours, you can get up to, I think, 25 for the booze and booze, or our historical tours max out around 50 or 60 sometimes.
I love that. I was just thinking about the booze and booze tours and what a great thing for a wedding party that's flying in to be doing in this town, because we do beer like no one's business. in
That
this
is
town.
so true.
We do.
It
We've
is
got
a genuine art, isn't it?
It is. It absolutely is. So, what is the most exciting part of your time here when you're giving these tours?
Oh, I mean, for me personally,
Yeah.
I love, and this is going to come as a shock, but I love being in front of people.
You're not very good at it.
No, I know. I get that all the time.
Yeah, I
it's
know
my
you do.
social anxiety. I just love sharing a story and a passion with someone. I never want a tour to feel like it's a routine scripted experience. I want people to feel like they're going with a friend and learning something about an area that someone cares about. So that's really what we focus on. And for me, that's the best. When someone, whether they've lived here their whole life or they're visiting for 24 hours, feels like they have a connection to a place that they never had before, I've done my job.
Yeah, you have. So what can we look forward to in some of the seasons coming up here?
So summer is definitely our peak season right
Yes.
now for the neighborhood tours. Like I said, Saturday, June 9th, we have our Hilltop Tour. We have a specialty Booze and Booze on June 23rd, where we're going to get to see the first colored USO dance hall, which is on top of Odd Otter Brewing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I hope that's a repeat experience as well. And then we also have a Stadium District tour coming up, and then we sort of get into the fall, which is our strong season for sweets, coffee, and ghost tours.
I love that. That's perfect. So what are you doing with Old City Hall, and are you videoing there?
Yeah, so we are not allowed to actually give tours of Old City Hall. It's
dangerous.
It is, but we were allowed access into it, and because it's such a digital age, what we've done is we've started doing video tours of these properties that we can't get people into personally. So we have a video tour of Old City Hall on our Facebook page right now, and we got to tour the whole building, and it's my obsession for the city.
I love that. As a matter of fact, I've actually seen that video. And I love it when you walk over and you show us the view and you go up some of the stairs. I'm like, all right, this is great. Because I was in that building when Pierce County AIDS Foundation was in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to go into the jail where they kept all their supplies. Supposedly it was haunted. But, you know, you always want to go further up in that building. And that building is just a treasure.
It's exquisite,
I'm
right?
really hoping that we can take a piece out of the minimums page and get that finished also. It would be a real shame to lose it.
It would.
It really
It's
would.
hung on for, over 100 years now,
Yeah.
so it's time to bring some life back to it.
So I just have to tell you, my partner and I, we travel a lot, and every time that we go to a new city, whether it's domestic or international, we try to hop on one of those Hello buses and do the tour. But gosh, you've got me thinking now, I wish that there were neighborhood tours that we could go through. Have you looked at things nationwide to see if there's a tour like yours in other places?
I mean, yeah, because we had such a strong history promoting other tours and brands, we really modeled what we do after our favorite tour company, Walks of Italy. I believe they're actually now Take Walks. They're an international brand now. But what we loved about them was that it wasn't, a transportation tour so much as they would drop you in a single neighborhood, and then the guide would just take you around, and you would get equal amounts of sort of history and story as well as tasting. I think coffee and food and beer on the tour.
Huge.
Yeah, because that's what you're really there for, right?
And it gives back to those business owners as well. Speaking of business owners, who do we need to thank?
I have to give a personal shout out to Lauren Hoop-Gamer in the Historic Preservation Society. She's our patron saint. And so much of our growth so far has been because she has really believed in us and sort of leaned on us to help translate the vast amounts of historical data the city has already compiled into a comprehensive story that people can digest.
I love that. Thank you so much for all that you do, and you and your wife have done. This is such a wonderful addition to Tacoma, and I want to have you back, okay? Let's get you back in here and talk about some more seasonal tours and let's uncover some more things that we don't know.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure, so thank you.
Chris, thank you. When we come back in these seats for our final segment, Darcy from the Grand will be here to talk about Pride Month. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.